What's going on, guys? Talon back here, and sorry for the last couple of days not having a video. My throat's really been killing me, so I had to just take it easy, let it rest, not really talk. The weather out here in Japan changed drastically from really, really hot and humid down to cold and dry, and just killed the throat and just everything. So I've had to put my heater on for the last couple of days, which was really nuts. So anyway, let's just get into this update video here. This is for everyone who enjoys Battlefield 1. Dokkan will be out tomorrow, just because I'm trying to get a lot of challenge videos done and everything, and all that kind of stuff with summonings and, you know, the whole package, since we're having that 1 million download and everything. So if you don't know by now, Battlefield 1 is having its first kind of big update coming here in November, okay? And first off, DICE posted a list on Twitter, and I'll leave a link down in the description so you can check it out and read every little bitty detail. But I'll try to cover the gist of it and things I'm mostly looking forward to from it as well. And the first thing is going to include custom servers. Finally, okay, we are finally getting the custom server / finally renting a server. And if you've played any other Battlefield since, you know, the dawn of time, essentially on PC, we've rented our servers essentially. Consoles have usually just gotten the DICE only servers. It wasn't until, I believe, 3, don't quote me on that, it was either 3 or 4, where you can finally rent servers and customize them. And now that I think about it, I will say it will be 3. That's how we've always done it. And so hopefully this can bring in a lot of variety, where it's supposed to include hardcore mode and hopefully other variations like, you know, pistols only or knives only or whatever you want to create, which is always very cool. It just allows for more customization and stuff. And yeah, it's just like what we're going to have back in the past. I'm personally ready, though, for spectator mode, because this will allow for better ways to capture footage and screenshots for videos. And plus, it's fun to just watch matches sometimes if you don't really want to do anything. Plus, it will help me with some cool tips and tricks videos that I hope to get out there real soon, as soon as it's released. So definitely keep an eye on for that. And because the way the servers are right now, it's just way too hard to even do any of this. We can't even enter spectator mode because these are all DICE official servers. So we can't really do much. It just makes it really hard to try and do stuff that you want to do. You can enter an empty server, but then it doesn't allow you to do a lot of things, because it'll always say at the top, you know, waiting for 10 people on each side to fill in, or 15, or whatever it is. So it's kind of hard to do that. Next is the fixing / improvement of the map Suez. If I am pronouncing that correctly, I probably butchered that name, so I am sorry. Please forgive me. If you don't know what map this is, it is basically the meat grinder of Battlefield 1. You know how every game has its meat grinder map, like Operation Metro and Operation Lockers? Well, this map right now is essentially that, because it's got 3 flags, it's very choke pointy, and it's kind of hard to flank around. I mean, yes, they have that kind of open desert and the kind of the dune-like things, but they're not that high, and honestly, you just put a couple snipers up on top of the buildings in the back as the rest of your team just, you know, spawn kills the enemy team. Yeah, they can't really do much, and it's really boring, and it's really, really annoying to get on to the server, be on the team of the that's receiving that punishment, and just not be able to do anything. So it's just really bad. But how do they plan to remedy this? Well, it turns out that they're going to add 2 new flags, so they basically make it the 5-flag capture system, along with an armored vehicle for each team to kind of help them get pushed. You know, if they're getting pushed back, to essentially push back themselves, essentially, I guess, to allow for greater flanks. We'll have to see how it goes, but we don't know if this will truly change anything, and only time will tell. And plus, this actually brings me to another thing that I want, because we are finally getting custom servers, is right now we currently rely on DICE's anti-cheat and balance mechanics on their servers, which don't always do what exactly we want. There are plenty of matches, especially I have been in, where one side just steamrolls the opponent. And if you remember from Battlefield 4, if you had a good custom server, then they usually had their own protocols and programs in there that would switch the teams up a lot, and if they were just completely unfair, the other teams just getting, you know, steamrolled like no tomorrow. Now, there was a problem with this. I will recognize that it did break up squads, which is always a big no-no, especially on a game like this that relies on teamwork and using mics and really being together with your squad. So hopefully they've fixed that somehow, or if people have the custom servers, they have found a way to hopefully make it so that you don't get separated from your squad, but maybe the whole squad just simply moves over, or something like that. Or maybe, you know, it will freeze the match temporary to say, hey, we need a certain amount of people to go over, we'll give you 10 seconds here, if not, we're going to do that. And that can kind of tell people to do that or something. I'm not sure exactly how they could do it, but we'll have to see exactly how it gets changed. Next is going to be the Battle Fest, and if you don't know what that is, essentially, or if you weren't around during Battlefield 4, it's basically a week-long event where we have community challenges to get prizes like dog tags and camos and such. So back in Battlefield 4, we had things like, you know, everyone in total get 1,000 flag captures or something like that. some ridiculous number. But nonetheless, if you did that, then everyone got that dog tag essentially if you logged in. Also, we'll be getting login rewards, which they don't really go into detail, and we're supposed to be getting battle pack revisions. The battle packs, if you don't know already, are based off of RNG, which can be a real pain sometimes when compared to past games, where you earn them after completing certain packs. People seem to be kind of split on this, so we'll have to see exactly how it goes. And they're supposed to be giving us more updated information. Probably next week would be my guess, but I'm not 100% sure. So like I said, more details coming on that. Along with Battlefest is going to be the introduction of a new game mode for, wait for it, Fog of War. Yes, Fog of War. Not the most original name in my opinion, but hey, whatever. It's basically a custom game mode which will be released with the custom servers and everything. And it's essentially team deathmatch with heavy fog. Yes, you heard that correctly. This is team deathmatch with heavy fog. But, I mean, since it is World War I, we don't have that high-tech infrared visions and everything to see through that dense fog, so it could be interesting. But I don't know if they're going to go too far, because you get the problem with things like, sandstorms that we've had in past games and even in the current game right now on Sinai Desert, where if you don't do it enough, then it's kind of just like, oh, this isn't really adding to the game mode, or it's not adding to the map or anything. But if you make it too heavy, then people just get annoyed with it and they leave. So I'll have to see if they can find that right amount of dense fog, but not too light, not too much, kind of going there. We'll have to see what's going on. Could be interesting. I'll definitely try it out and post some gameplay of it, but we'll have to see. I mean, if it's basically just team deathmatch, people might say, oh, okay, this is kind of interesting, and then just go right back to the classics and just, brush it off, essentially. Lastly, for this month's update, though, we do get some usual changes for patches and such. DICE seems to be looking at the Operations game mode for 64 players and looking into change, I guess, some of the rules and the boundaries on the map, because it's not exactly the greatest on 64. It can definitely get into a stalemate where you just, are firing grenades and lobbing everything back and forth, especially with the mortars right now. Hopefully they change that just a little bit on the mortars, and we'll have to see exactly what they do. 40 seems to be the better way to play out of the two ways that you can play Operations, and we'll just have to see if that goes. One last thing that I really hope that they change, though, is the gas grenades. I'm going to go into a different video on the gas grenades. I don't have a problem with the gas being in the game, but I will just touch, I think they need to knock it down to 1. And like I said, I'm going to go into more details of that in another video. Look forward to that within the next few days. But hopefully they do something about the gas grenades, because the gas spam is ridiculous. I thought grenade spam in Battlefield 4 was bad. This isn't as bad, but the gas, it just appears out of nowhere. It could be the physics of the gas, maybe, hey, if they were able to fix that and such, who knows. But like I said, I'll get into that in more of a different video. And then finally, to end the video, I'll leave you with our first bit of DLC news. Everyone will be getting a free map called Giant Shadow. In order to get it, you just have to have the game. That's it. No premium or anything. As long as you have the game, you will get this new map. And yeah, I mean, who doesn't like free DLC? It's supposed to release around December or so. So only about a month, give or take. I'm going to guess probably closer to Christmas would be my, ideal time that they'd probably do it. Everyone's off school, everyone's off work. Got some Christmas. Hey, let's play some Battlefield. New map, okay? No news on it, really. We don't know what it looks like or anything like that. There might have been a promotional picture that was dropped. I have not been able to find anything. So let me know in the comments below if I did miss that. But hey, free maps are free maps, so we can't really complain about that. We'll just see how it plays out and just kind of go from there. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. This was just a big update video, essentially. Lots of good stuff. Battlefield 1 is still a lot of fun to play. Definitely a better release than when Battlefield 4 and both Battlefield 3 came out. So I think as long as they can just tweak the balancing, I think the balancing is the biggest thing right now. They can give some custom servers and just try to change the way some of the game modes are to make them, just flow overall better, then hey, by all means, it's just going up and up and up in my opinion. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for the video. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of the updates and what you'd like to see from me. I have some ideas, like I said, for tips and tricks on what I want to do with spectator mode and everything. I was thinking maybe of doing a simple kind of loadout challenge video. A lot of you guys who watch my Dokkan videos are always into my challenge videos that I do with that game. So if you guys want me to do some kind of challenge video on here where you select my main primary weapon, my pistol, my knife, and my other two gadgets, then please let me know down in the comments below and I'll kind of tell you how does it play out right. I would originally say don't give me troll loadouts, but if you want to give me something that's interesting at least that maybe not a lot of people look at or you've tried yourself, and that'd be really cool. So I mean, a lot of people do challenge videos, so I mean, why not? I might as well try it out. Or if you have a different idea, let me know. I've got some ideas, like I said, but I need these custom servers to come out first. So anyway, guys, like I said before, that's going to be it for the video. Leave your likes down below, leave your comments, like I said, and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you in the next one.